Hey guys, what's up? It's Grinding Garage, and in this video I'm going to be building this drift trike. So let's get started. So what I have here are the original wheels off of the chassis. I have a chopper frame that I picked up for $5 at the scrapyard. I have those dirt bike handlebars. I believe I got them with one of my little dirt bikes. And then I have a baby car seat that I found by the side of the road. So what I have here is an engine that I bought from a neighbor down the street for $20. He scraps and he found it by the side of the road and fixed it and sold it to me for $20. This I bought as a full snowblower. It needed new belts or something, and I wasn't thinking, and I started taking it apart, and by then it was too far to stop. So I took the engine off and I built the first drift trike I had with this engine with a different chassis, I guess. But this is from around the same time, actually. And I kind of already started it, so a lot of it's already scrapped or taken apart. But there's still some more I need to do. Previously, I tried to get one of these wheel holders. I don't know. One of the wheel holders off so I could slide the axle out and get all the insides out. But they're pretty rusted on there. I tried to use a pulley puller and I crimped this in pretty bad. I just hit it back out with a hammer. I tried banging on the axle and I just kind of gave it some boogers on the sides. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my angle grinder to it and I'm going to cut this out. There's a weld on the other side of it. I'm going to cut the weld off, slide that off, and then I'm going to cut along two sides just to crack and get this bearing off. That is probably one of the hardest, most annoying things I've ever done in one of my videos. This is right next to changing a tire that I did for the old drift trike. I put a tube, an inner tube, in a tubeless tire, and that took me probably 3 hours. This took me about 2 hours, and very happy I don't have to do it again. But now I can proceed. And now I have a sword that I'm going to cut my handle off of. So it doesn't look that pretty, but what I have here are 2 pieces of angle iron that I drilled 4 holes in to match the mount pattern for the sprocket. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to trap one of these on each side of the sprocket, clamp them together, and then pass this pipe through. I gotta cut that edge because it's ugly. Pass this pipe through and then put the axle through it, and I'm gonna weld this pipe to this piece of angle iron, or these two pieces of angle iron, and then I'm going to drill a hole through the pipe through the axle to hold to lock the sprocket in place, so when the sprocket turns, the wheels will turn. So I have a washer that I hollowed out, and it's going to sit right in here like this, and then I'm going to weld the pipe to the washer, and then this whole assembly is going to be, I think I'm going to drill a hole through this assembly as well as the axle, so I'll have a nut and bolt to pass through and hold the sprocket in place. Before I weld the orientation of this tube in the sprocket, I'm going to find out how much room I have while still having adequate holes for the connect to the bike, or from the bike to the snowblower chassis, and well accounting for the orientation of the motor and how I mount it. So right now I'm going to cut these studs out, because that was for the motor facing this way, or with the shaft this way, pulling pulleys and then doing all this stuff down here. But I want the motor facing this way and driving a chain this way. So these are in the way for me right now, so I'm gonna get rid of them. So I'm going to cut a hole out for the chain to pass from the clutch to the sprocket. Then I'm going to mount the motor. Then I'm going to mount the mount the sprocket. I'll weld the sprocket to the one side of the plate, and then I will situate the sprocket on the axle. Then I don't know what's next. Is to set these here kind of like this, and lay this plate that I got off of a rototiller. I kept the body, and it wasn't a full rototiller, so I scrapped. Well, no, I think I still have the body in the back, but I have the engine sitting up here. But I'm gonna use it like this and mount my motor. Weld the mount, and then mount my motor. Then I'll be able to focus on the axle. Well guys, that is all I have for this video. I really hope you enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for part 2. I'll catch you in the next one.